And this is Jude. And do you remember what sound we're going to work on today?
K and G.
You're right. We're working on our k and g sound today. Those sounds are very tricky for some kiddos, and so we'll do our best to teach you how to teach your kiddo. Welcome to DIY Speech Sounds, and we are going to first talk about where those sounds are made in our mouth. So Jude, make that k and g sound for me. What is happening when you say those sounds?
Air comes out of my mouth, and right here feels a little funky.
It feels funny down here? Okay. So where's your tongue?
Here.
It's in the back of your throat, right? Okay. And are you making an air flow or is your air bouncing out?
It's bouncing out.
It's bouncing out. So that's a stop sound. That means that we stop our airflow with one of our articulators. And we're stopping the airflow with our tongue on this sound, but we're stopping that air in the back of our mouth. So when we make that back sound, our tongue scooches back kind of by our R sound in the back of our throat, and it just stops that air very quickly. So a lot of times I'll call this my scratchy sound because kids can visualize making that scratching sound in the back of their throat or kind of clearing their throat. A lot of times that helps them think of where that sound needs to be. Because we can't really see our tongue scooching back to where it needs to be in our mouth, this is a tricky sound for kids. Go ahead and sit up real big. Thanks. So when I am asking kids to make that sound, usually it comes out as a T or a D. So it might sound like tat for the word cat, or what might somebody else say? Dirl for the word girl.
Dog.
Dod for dog, because they're making those G's and K's at the front of their mouth instead, because it's just easier up here when we're learning speech. So Jude, sit up real big and tall. I'm going to give you a word, and I want you to change it to a D sound instead, okay? So your word is go.
Go.
Dough. So a lot of times kids will make that D sound for the G sound at first. And when I say, did you say dough or go? Usually kiddos can hear the difference and let me know which one they thought that they said, or what I said. They can discriminate between the two, but a lot of times it's super hard to say. So Jude, I'm going to help you make that G sound today. Ready? All right, so say dough again for me.
Dough.
All right, now first I want you to open your mouth, and I don't want you to close it. Now say g, g, g.
Go. Go. Go.
Good job, you kept your mouth open. Now try to keep your mouth open and say d.
Go. Go. Go.
It was hard, wasn't it? You had to close your mouth in order to lift your tongue up to the top of your mouth. So we know that when we make our G sound, we have to keep our jaw dropped a little bit in order to help kiddos make sure that their tongue is in the right spot. Go, go, go. Same thing with your K sound. Let's do, I want you to say T instead of key.
T.
T. All right, now I want you to drop your jaw and try to say T.
I.
It's hard, isn't it? So now let's scooch our tongue back and say good. Now how about key? Say key. There you go. You can turn your voice on. Key. All right, sit up really big for me. Good job. So when we're making those K's and G sounds, our tongue needs to be down in the front and scooched back in the back of our tongue to the back of our mouth. All right, I'm going to help Jude say this sound now with a tongue depressor. All right, Jude, I want you to lift your tongue up and say t, t again, T. Good. That's not what we want to hear. We want to hear that K sound in the back. So I'm going to push your tongue down. Okay, ah. And now I want you to make that sound. Much better. So I'm holding his tongue tip down so he cannot lift it up. And he has to lift up the back of his tongue that way, right? All right. Or I can show him, I want the back of your tongue to go back here. Can you touch it back here? Not the front of your tongue, the back of your tongue. Try it again. Put your tongue tip down. There you go. There you go. Same thing with our G sound.
G.
Good job. Okay, so when we make our K and G sounds, the only difference between those two sounds is when our voice is on, it sounds like the G, 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 our vocal folds are vibrating. And when our voice is off, it's the K sound, K, K, K. So that's the only difference between those two pairs of phonemes. All right, so Jude, let's practice on a few of vowels. Now that you can do K, K all by itself, let's do K,
K.
Ki,
Ki.
Kai,
Kai.
Ko,
Ko.
Ku. Good job. All right, now I want you to hold your stick and just touch your tongue tip. And now say that same thing. K,
K.
Ki,
Ki.
Kai,
Kai.
Ko,
Ko.
Ku.
Ku.
Very good. Now we're going to practice with the G the exact same way. Let's do Gay,
Ge.
Gi,
Gi.
Kai,
Kai.
Ko,
Go.
Gu.
Gu.
Awesome. You're a rock
Ga.
star at this. And G, yeah, now you're doing your short vowels. All right, so Jude has been saying his K and G sounds for a very long time, so he's very good at it. Of course, when kids are just learning how to make those sounds, it's going to be a lot trickier. That tongue is constantly going to want to lift up, so we just have to remind them. We can touch it with our finger, have them hold their finger in their mouth to hold that tongue tip down. Use those words like your scratchy sound in the back so they can start feeling that pattern before they actually make it a little bit more natural sounding. K's and G's are usually in our kiddos' inventory around 3 to 3.5. If they're still making those T's and D's and saying tar for car and do for go, at the age of 3.5 to 4, that's when we really like to start working on those so that it doesn't carry over into kindergarten, because it's super hard to understand kiddos when they are missing those sounds. Is there anything that you want to add? Anything you want to say about the K and G sound, or just any knowledge that you want to share with us? Not today? Okay. Well, if you have any questions or comments about the K and G sound, or have any questions about how to make that sound or help your kiddo, again, this is one of the trickiest sounds to get kids to learn for the first time. So if you need extra help, call your therapist, let me know. You can email me at sarah@coloradospringspeech.com. And do you want to say anything else?
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Have a great weekend and happy game day.